happening connected with the environment. There you have to have perfect schooling is required. A perfect schooling where intellectual memory is applied, and it should be with discipline. When you can manage that field, only then you are capable of transcending into a next level. Where it is not the field, it is completely based on the pressure. The language is changing. The pressure high and low. See, but still the water is water. The water is water, but the pressure is high and low. Make certain changes within the water. This is awareness. This is awareness. Now, as we remain stable with our awareness, then again, now it is connected still with the atmospheric pressure and low pressure. What is bringing low pressure? It's going beyond the atmosphere. So it's going beyond the atmosphere. That creates low pressure for us. Low pressure for us. What is the us? What is it that can feel the pressure going low? So what is the reason? What is the reason that I can bring low pressure within myself? What is that capacity? What is prevailing? So there is something more than the body. See, I can give low pressure to the body and I can make high pressure to the body. So am I the body? No, I am not the body. See here, the understanding is completely changing. Immediately, I am the, who am I? Am I the body? No, I am not the body. See, from nature to myself, it is immediate transformation with wonderful capacities. And not managed perfectly, disaster is definite. Because I am a capacity which cannot be defined. So one should be very careful. So how I am making changes. I can make changes in different levels. So I have to be very careful. What changes I am doing. I am there. Where am I? I have to define where am I. And then only I can be active. I am there. I am there in the car seat. I am driving the car. I am the reason the car is taking this course. And I am not aware what course I am setting. That's the problem. I am changing the steering, and accordingly the car is moving, and I am not aware of it. That's a big problem. That is a crisis. For that we need discipline. Yes, how I am working. With what? With the nature. Yes, with the nature. Within the nature. With the nature and within the nature. So who am I? So why should I have discipline? To know who am I. Yes, that is my engagement. That's my responsibility. Who am I? I am something beyond my capacity. So I am looking forward to know who am I. This is my responsibility. This is my commitment. Only with this commitment executed continuously, you can survive. The survival, sustainability. Survival is the primary concept of your existential intelligence. Survival, definitely. We are into survival first. The primary schooling is survival. Without survival, you cannot sustain. Much more is not possible without survival. The more you increase, the more you accumulate, survival is not possible. For survival, you should need the barest needs executed. The barest needs executed perfectly, then only survival is possible. Yes, the barest needs should be perfectly executed. When you escalate, when you accumulate more for the survival, then it will collapse. It should have the minimum requirements executed perfectly. The balance is very important for survival. Not more, not less. We are having more, that's problem. If you are having less, also it is problem. So your mind, you should have the first discipline is with your mind. You don't know what has brought the mind. For that is the reason you need survival. Who needs? The mind needs survival. Because you are absent. You don't know who you are. You only know there's a mind. It is resonating. It is performing. Then it should perform continuously. That is discipline. That is discipline. The schooling is to perform continuously. The performance. We are performing. So we are trying to reach into the state of the performer. First, the discipline is for the performance. Oh, this is how it is performing. The nature of which the mind is it doesn't carry life. You don't have life. It is always non-living. The beginning, a child is non-living. We call it a child is living, no, but actually when the child develops a mind, it is always connected with the non-living. The primary stage, it is non-living. That's why we possess wealth. The primary stage, we are non-living. We are non-living. We are connected with the mind, which is always talking about the non-living reflections of the environment. It doesn't have life, but it is having attraction. It is having likes and don'ts. I like this, I don't like that. I am by preference. My preferences are all based on imaginations, not on sensitivity, not on sensibility, but on possessing. Good, bad. The criteria is all based on good and bad. Yes, I like that, I like this. But actually my mind, it is all based on reflections. Reflections don't have life. I am claiming, oh, I am okay. But actually, you are not okay yet. Only when you have proper discipline of your mind, proper discipline for your mind, that is it, bringing in terms with the reason for being, bringing in terms with the reason of being, that gives your mind a capacity of sustainability, survival. Yeah, there is a survival. Well, this is how the formation has happened for the mind. Then you have your nature perfectly brought into your awareness. Once your mind has been occupied, the territory of the mind has been brought into awareness, then of course we have the capacity to go beyond. Yes, we got salvation from the mind. Then you are transcending into a different field where sensitivity is the potential criteria. Sensibility and sensitivity. What is bringing the sensitivity? For the sensibility. The sensibility should be connected with sensitivity. And still you should maintain rapport. Here, your sensibility should survive. Again, it's a different field where illusion is not working. Where illusion is not working, so mind is now silent. Now here the mind has got nothing to do. Here, your heart is working. Your heart is working. But logical explanations is not having anything to do. Your logical mind is not here. Because it is all about sensitivity and sensibility. Connected with your sense organs. Together gives you the heart. You are having a heart. Now you are having a heart of all the activities of your sense organs. It is communicating together as one. Before, it was all mind reflections of the created. Mind was always logically explaining, and all the explanations has got a reasonable answer, equation. You got an equation. Oh, this is how it is performing. Good, fine. You got the equation. The sum is there. And with that sum, the sum is your sense. A sum is the sense. The sense is the sum of your mind. Now you are working with that sum. The sum has got sensibility. Now the sensitivity. It is again opening. It is going into the subtle. We are going into the subtle. So what is the reason? There is the I, the capacity which is maintaining all this. So our intention is going to find who is making this possible? Who is making this mind possible? Now who is making this sensibility possible? Our attention is the core. What is making this possible? How sustainability is possible? That's where our attention is. Now we have got a different field working with sensibility. But reflections are not working. So possessiveness is not a requirement. Before it was non-living, now it is living. See, connected with the heart, now you have transcended into a capacity of living. Now you are capable of understanding life. Now it is with life. Now you are living. Before you were not living. Logic is not living. Logic is all about reflections. Now there is no reflection. Now it is all sensibility. Now you are a mature person. You are immediately transcended into maturity. Before you were a child. Because always connected with materials, logic, only logic. Then you were a child. Then you were controlled by others, by the society and the environment. That means you are a child. Now when you have got emotional literacy, you are not a child. You are a mature person who is capable of managing one's own self. That is an adult. A mature person means who is capable of having a meaningfulness of your inside, meaningful. Before it was mindful. Now you are meaningful. That means whatever is happening within can be perfectly brought into awareness. What change is happening within me? Before it was what changes happening around me. That is a child. Now you are an adult who is capable of understanding the changes within me. The literacy is completely changed. Before your literacy was connected with the changes happening around. Now the changes is within. So the language, you are having a different language. The primary language is connected with the society. Now your language is connected with your heart movements. Before, the languages connect with the movements around. Now the languages is based on the movements within. And the core is your heart. The heart is the core. Before, there was no particular core. Only logic. Always logic. So there can never have a sender. Only you can have a discipline. You can only have discipline. you will never have a center. Since you have maintained the discipline, your formation was considered valuable. Since you considered your formation valuable, then only you could claim beyond to the next level. Since you have maintained discipline, since you have maintained the practical knowledge perfectly, then only you got promotion, you got promoted into a new world of a wonderful different happening, a very subtle happening, which can have perfect capacity to remain where you are. To remain where you are. Before you cannot. Before you were going this side, that side, push and pull was always happening. But you were obeying, you were respecting that push and pull with certain dignity. You were definitely respecting to your parents, social training, schooling, teaching, and all people were there, teachers were there, gurus were there, and much more, lot of things. But you were always respecting your mind. Good. Since you have done that perfectly, you got a capacity where you are not respecting anyone now. Your respect is, you are not denying that respect that you have maintained. It is there always, of course. But in this field of sensibility, sensitivity, your respect is completely different. You are respecting very subtle movements, very, very subtle. Very subtle movements, which is not at all connected by the nature. It is not at all connected by the nature. It has got nothing to do with the nature, much more. So our introspection is enlightened. Our introspection is enlightened. Hence wisdom, wise we are. Wise we are. Here we are more relaxed because the terrain is changed, our language is changing, a new language is, we are giving birth to a new language is born. Yes, a new language is born. Before it was a logical language based with memory. Now here there is no memory. In this field it's not connected with memory. It's all connected with sensibility. The language is changing. The change itself is changing. But change is not the criteria. Here the change is not the criteria. Here the sensibility is the criteria. Here we are not focusing on changes. It is all connected with sensibility. So for the sensibility, we are having a heart. Heart means where the sensibility is connected, where the sensibility is recurrent, where there is someone to manage it. Sensibility, where there is someone. Still we are wondering, oh, what can manage this? There is something still. So sensibility is there. So I think I am performing. So what is this I? So I have to know. I should know who is this I for having this performance brought into a perfect realization, actualization. There is something more holding it together. What is that? So again my curiosity, again my requirement to remain stable is performing. Again the performance. Again the performance is required. I should perform. Before the performance was connected with logical mind, where it is been accomplished perfectly. Now the logic is not possible. It is all about sensitivity. Again there is sustainability is required in this field also. So what is the reason for the sustainability? The sensibility should have sensitivity and sustainability. No chaos. It's a field of wonder. So I don't have to wander around. I have to remain in this wonder where things are happening perfectly beyond the mind's perception. Beyond the mind's perception. So my guru has changed. The circumstance, the environment has changed. The environment has completely changed. Definitely. But still defining is continuously happening. Before it was in order, now it is all about defining, all about digesting. Now digestion. I have got to improve my digestion so that I may define more and more. See? Before I am not defining, before I was maintaining the order. For the mind, only order. Mind cannot define. Mind can never define. Mind can only bring order. Mind can only bring order. When you maintain that order perfectly, now here digestion is the most important. The schooling is started by digestion. Proper digestion, you are having more clarity. So digestion of the food. So first we started digesting the food, the Annamaya Kosha. Then your digestion is connected with, yes, a richer food. We breathe and we are digesting the breath. It is the Pranamaya Kosha. So your awareness is completely transcending. You should have the heart. It's very important. The core of all this transformation should be maintained. No logic is possible. No logic, no mind can be here. Where the sensitivity, sensibility is the only criteria. Wisdom is the only thing. No reflections are possible. No reflections. It's completely emotional. It's completely emotional. To begin, it's be emotional. But as we transcend the emotional platform, immediately it is not emotional, it is wisdom. We call it wisdom. Since you are transcended the emotional platform, you gain access into the wisdom. It's the association, it's the performance of the emotional intelligence. As we transcend beyond the emotional, means you are capable of managing the sensibility, and you have gained accessibility into the sensitivity. Then wisdom. Then you are wise. You are capable. You have got what is required to sustain beyond. So here the Guru